everyone, welcome back to another episode of Nope, Still Not Famous. I hope you enjoyed the intro video that I put out the last week and you understood what I was trying to do from this series. So we're going to dive right into the next topic called the Indie Bible. A lot of you who view my channel may not be musicians, so just a little bit of background. There are many platforms to release your music on. One year I did TuneCore, and the next year I did CD Baby. I released an EP last April, called Fun While It Lasted. If you guys want to check it out, go do that. The links are below, and tell me what you think of it, because I put a lot of hard work into it. I released that through CD Baby. You have to put it in a couple weeks ahead just to make sure that once it releases that day, it's already on iTunes, Spotify, like you don't have to do any extra waiting. I kept getting emails from CD Baby about this Indie Bible. Never heard of it before. All these emails said that this Indie Bible was a huge collection of work that included 2,200 radio stations, bloggers, record labels, promoters, management, tour management, anything you could think of, anything that's important to a musician, especially when just starting out. That's what this book was promising. It was $70. And I kept thinking, it's a lot of money. I don't know if it's gonna work. I read reviews, I wasn't sure. My grandma, my nana, she sent me a check with more zeros than I expected. And that's when I thought, all right, I can definitely afford the Indie Bible. It was actually down to $50. So I bought it in May, and it was a PDF that you downloaded. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be an actual book that they mailed to you. I opened up this attachment, and it was a lot. Like, it was just massive. They had it all by sections and a little intro, but there was going to be a lot of work to do. I didn't expect it to be so hard. Thankfully, because of who I am and my music, I only picked the ones that were like alternative, pop, women in music. So at least you don't have to muddle through rap and metal if you're not that kind of genre. It tells you what the name of the place, the website, the blog, the radio station is called, and then underneath it gives you a contact name and address if there is one, and it gives you the email address and their Facebook, their Twitter, and a little description about what they are. And can you imagine 2,200 pages of having to read the description, having to visit the site, seeing if you belong on that site, going back, finding the email address, creating the email, sending it out, and just hoping that someone's going to read it and say, you know what, I like this music, I'll review it, or I'll share the link. So you're pretty much spending hours at the computer sending out emails to people who may never actually look at your email. So the first thing I did to not overwhelm myself was create an Excel spreadsheet, and I'll include that here too. I put the person's blog name and then the email address to best contact them, the website, and so on, all the information. I wrote little descriptions about if they only wanted a physical copy, if they needed a specific release date. So after I made the Excel spreadsheet, I started contacting all these people. So let's just say Alternative Addiction. That was the very first press that I actually heard back from. Alternative Addiction is a blog site, and they had this feature called the Top 10 Unsigned Artists. So I reached out to him back in June. I had to go on the site and make sure that I would fit in, and I had to look at the rules on how to enter my music, how to send an email. And actually that day, he got back to me and said that he liked my song. He wanted to put it into his unsigned top 10. In one day, I sent an email and I got back an email, and I thought, this is exactly why I quit my job. I'm definitely going to become famous very soon. He did put me on a website, and I was really happy. I shared it. I was super excited. And then I didn't get my next response for about 2 weeks, and it was asking me for money because they didn't want to review it without money. And that's the catch. A lot of them will only review you if you pay them X amount of dollars. Some bundle it up and they create like a package of like, oh, we'll review you on 3 different places. I don't want to give shade, but it was really annoying because probably a third of the emails I got back were saying, yes, we will do this for you, but we want the money. It's hard because when you're just starting off, first of all, you don't even know if their blog is going to get you anywhere, if the right person's going to read it. And two, do you have the money? It took me so long to decide that I wanted to get the Indie Bible for $50. I did get some great press, and I will list out the ones that I got there on my website. About 6 really great reviews, 1 not so great review, but that is criticism at its finest. I did include it in my website because you're not gonna appeal to everyone. This Excel spreadsheet, while I show you, I got down to like 500. So I have gone through 500 national and international radio stations, record labels, bloggers, absolutely everyone you can think of in my category. And I messaged them from June to probably about September, right before I went to the UK for my tour. And then when I came back from the UK tour, I went through all the emails, all the rejections, all the people who said that I wasn't a good fit, all the people who just wanted money. I threw those out the window. I color coded them on my Excel sheet. As you can see, they're the dark green, because if I do decide that this is the blog that I do want to get reviewed by, I will spend the money. Went back through and I went to the ones that I applied to in June. They're now all yellow because I have reapplied to them. I have resent an email. I have contacted them on Twitter and Facebook. Some of them I even messaged on Instagram. The second time around, I'm getting a little bit more responses. There's this one guy in Ontario who missed my first email and he apologized, and now he's going to review me, which is great. There's another place in Australia that saw my email a second time and noted my persistence, and then they interviewed me. I was actually one of those terrible people who made a PDF email template. So I would go onto the website, make sure that I fit in with it, and then just kind of craft the email to that person's blog, because it took so long to make the email template. And I'll show you what I did. I started with my logo so people would see what I look like and the name of the CD, so then they weren't just sifting through information. And then I introduced myself very quickly, said that I was interested in being reviewed or featured on their website. Then I listed all my Spotify links and SoundCloud links, and a lot of these places were really specific on what they wanted. Some didn't want MP3s, some didn't want links at all, some wanted just your SoundCloud, some just wanted a Google Drive link. You really had to decide what was best for that person, or else you might just end up in their trash or their junk mail. So I would craft the email perfectly to the person, but some of them probably could tell that it was just a template. I am not even done with the Indie Bible. I've owned it for 8 months now, maybe 9, and I've only gone through 392 pages. Like I said, not all of them are going to apply to my music and my genre, but it's a lot of work. I think it's worth it. I think that spending that $50 initially might have felt like a waste, but it got me played in Poland, Australia, Canada. I actually found about 30 record labels I was interested in sending my music to, and I made care packages and I sent them out, and I Skyped with one from Canada. I talked to one from Michigan. The beauty of this Indie Bible is that they have it all there for you. They did the hard work by finding the contact email, finding the address, finding the website link. And yeah, maybe some of the emails are inactive now. Sometimes it was annoying. Sometimes I was up in my room until 3 a.m. because I just wanted to finish doing Austria for that night, because it was just such a massive task to take on. My advice for anyone who wants to get the Indie Bible, who has been thinking about it for a little bit, do it. But only do it if you're willing to put in the work. I have spent so many hours, it's probably disgusting. What else are you gonna do? Where else is there a compilation of all these bloggers, radio stations, record labels? When I was announcing my UK tour, a lot of musicians in the Buffalo area were asking me how I did it. And I kept saying it was an Indie Bible. I mean, I swear by this thing now. I would never have figured out what countries liked me if I didn't buy this, if I didn't submit my emails and my music to these places. I was getting played in Poland, Austria, Germany, Denmark, all these international locations that, would I have thought about applying to them if I didn't know what this thing was? If I didn't know that Indie Bible existed, I would still be trying to reach out to the places that were an hour away from me. And the Indie Bible also kind of inspired me to go to the UK, because I got such an overwhelming amount of support from the UK back in June and July that when I decided I wanted to make a tour, I thought, well, why not the UK? They already seem to like me. There's also another one called the Spotify Bible, and it's another PDF of Spotify playlists that might add you on there. That one costs $70. I think I got it on a Black Friday sale. And this one seems way more massive, and I'll tell you why. It is not just going to this website and saying, hey, can you put my song on? It's going to this playlist, looking at all the songs that they already added onto it, figuring out which song that you have is going to best represent this playlist, submitting it, hoping to hear back. And some places don't even tell you that they reviewed you or that they added you. Sometimes you Google Lexxi Raine reviews and it pops up, and it's amazing. I'm so glad that that stuff happens. But there's this website called Indie Band Guru, and Molly Dickens gave me the very best first review I've ever gotten. I didn't even know that she did it. No one told me. I just had to find it myself online. I have not started the Spotify playlist Bible yet because it seems even more work than the indie Bible, but I will, and hopefully being put on someone else's Spotify playlist is going to get me listened on repeat. Maybe people will add me, maybe people will go onto my website and buy my merch. It's all connected. Everything you do in this business is connected, and it's these little things that can get you where you want to go. It's not going to be fast. I am 8 months into the indie Bible. I have submitted to over 500 places. I have sent over 30 record label care packages. I've gone back through the list of 500 that I already sent emails to, followed up with 200 more of them. Out of all of that, all that work, those hours I put into it, 6 press releases. 6. I don't know if it's worth it yet. I could not tell you. But I'm glad I did it, because what else am I gonna do? Like I said in the last video, you cannot just put out a song and hope that someone's going to find you and a record label's going to approach you and say that they liked it. Okay, sometimes I guess it happens. Those are probably the 1 in a million chances where you're in the right place at the right time. Small musicians have to do the grunt work until we make it. I would say that the indie Bible is Lexxi approved, but only if you want to put the work into it. It's not gonna be easy. It'll get you some places that you didn't expect, and it's really not that much money. I mean, for all that it incorporates, I will put a link below to where I bought it. I do highly suggest it, even if you're just starting out, you don't know how to start. And let me know if you want me to explain a little bit more how I made the electronic press kit, where I have clickable links to my music, my website, all my social media, how to make a care package for a CD, how to make an email template that you can cater to each site that you're emailing. Let me know. I can definitely further elaborate. And that is it for this episode of Nope, Still Not Famous. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to show you the next one, because I think that's going to be even more informative to all my YouTube viewers, if you catch my drift. Like it, comment what you think, give me your opinions, and tell me what you wanted me to talk about that I forgot to. Hopefully you share this video, you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next episode of Nope, Still Not Famous. So bye guys.